Welcome to Houston, Texas, and the house Bill Yeoman and Andre Ware built, home to the Houston Cougars, where the fans are ready for liftoff. Today, a battle in the Lone Star State, and when you play another team from Texas, it just feels a little bit bigger. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, taking on a team looking for its first win, the Houston Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Red Raiders will kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. So the Houston Cougars offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. And this guy is a big-time star. Just an electricity follows him onto the field.
He's a workhorse too, Reese. This is a definition of a bell cow running back. He can carry the load for his offense and put his football team on his back.
And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They'll give it to him again. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 Conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Now that is a play that will get your sidelines into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did its job. Now special teams coming through in a big way.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. He's going up top. He's got it inside the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They'll go to the ground. Makes one man miss. He breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Cougars. He would not be denied.
And step number 1 when you want a great running back, someone who runs angry and continues to break tackle after tackle. This guy was unbelievable on that rush.
I don't know, David, if this defense was ready for this guy. They got to do a better job as the game goes on, getting more hats to the football, because it's obvious now it's not going to be just one guy who brings him down. They've got to get extra hats to the football to stop this rushing attack.
Oh, and they blocked it. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Texas Tech Red Raiders offense has the ball for the first time. When you have a weapon like this on the outside and a guy in the secondary whose job is to take everything away, it's going to be a great matchup, guys.
It's so fun to see how you attack great safeties in the middle of the field. Are you willing to do that, or are you going to try to live on the perimeter? This offensive matchup will be great.
Yeah, normally you'd say receiver versus safety, the receiver's going to win. This safety, though, has got the speed to run with this guy, and he's going to make it interesting back there.
Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
The Houston offense ready to go back to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Strong. Fires left. And the pass is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
So you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Caught close to the marker. It's Singleton. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting a 1st down. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He's right on target. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Looking for a crease. It's Jenkins. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Ball is at the 3-yard line. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone, but they'll need to move forward here on 4th and short. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Gets him away from trouble. That's a pickup of 6. Mark it at the 10. The Red Raiders racing to the line in the hurry-up. Whoops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty.
False start offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And now on 2nd down for this offense. They're not afraid to let one fly from back here. Takes a hit as he fires. And the ball is intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Strikes the blow. They knock him down after a pickup of 4. Ball is at the 9-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll pull it on the read. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Here on 3rd down. That's the end of the quarter, and Texas Tech is on top. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They go to the draw. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Splits the uprights, it's good. And with that, they've taken the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. LSU is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These Bayou Bengals have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Pittsburgh. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He fires one deep down the right side. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. No huddle here for the offense.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese. The bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every...
He tries to take the top off. He makes a grab. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Red Raider. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
And listen, find your matchups you like, and you can see you got your speedster out wide. You like the matchup. He sees it, puts some air underneath that thing, and he outruns the DB. He's got no shot. Runs underneath it, and then walks his way into the end zone for 6.
Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
And the defense wrestles him to the ground. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Nice move, create some space. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. They try to pop a run on the draw. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the ground with the back. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Fires to the right. Complete downfield. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. Houston wants to play fast.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
On second down, will they go back to the ground game? He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Movement here from the tight end. They'll try to power their way ahead. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Houston will be forced to punt. He'll get it away and wisely kick it toward the sideline. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make? Because they got...
Gonna take a shot at this DB. Makes the grab down the left side. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score. Texas Tech, 21.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Houston offense once again. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the score.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Defensively, you got them backed up. There's two options that they're going to do. They're going to run the football and be conservative, or they're going to try to take shots down the field. They tried to take a shot. Defense was ready. Nice pass rush. Way to get to the QB and get after that sucker.
On the ground with the counter. Fights off the defender. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And the quarterback knew that that counter run play was going to be successful. He did a nice job counting the box before the snap. He knew he had good numbers. He knew he had good angles and blocking. So that is a green-lit play from the get-go. Hand it off, go make yards.
The give to the back. Finds a crease at the 20. He gets just a few links away from that first down marker as they almost convert on third down there. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Here's the return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have.
He'll take a deep shot here. He's got it down the right side. He's loose. Touchdown, Red Raiders. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is good. The lead is 19. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The lone back's got it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, we wondered all week how this one was going to play out, and through 2 quarters of ball, the answer is like a good old-fashioned barn burner. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the Jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the cage in Southeast Texas.
And the Cougars will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. To the air. It's Strong. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the... Gonna let it fly. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And that is just the worst feeling as a wide receiver, because you're way downfield, you're ready for the big play, but you're just unable to connect. I'm sure he's going to be on the sideline asking for another deep shot opportunity.
Makes the grab, and he's got the first. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down. And the Red Raiders are rolling down the field. They'll try to get outside. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Got a man. It's Johnson. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. The Red Raiders come to the line with a new set of downs. Power football with the run. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Running back searching for a hole. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking for room. It's Sticky. Steamrolls his way ahead. And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the 3rd. That's the end of the quarter, and Texas Tech is on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. 1 more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. They give it to him again. Trucks through the defender. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has them set up. And the Red Raiders have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Trying to punch it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Let's see what the offense dials up on 3rd and goal. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
Back to throw. It's Strong. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And the stomping has commenced. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Ohio State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's building and prove you're legit. And did the Buckeyes ever do that? The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. And they can't make the connection.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a...
Makes the catch on the left. And he's brought down after a huge completion. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Caught in the backfield. It's Thomas. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. He's looking to throw. This time on target. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Wallace. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking for the score. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown and a little window dressing here at the end of the game.
And I love the wheel route. I love calling it because most of the time I'm going to get my running back who's a fast athlete in space against a linebacker or somebody who can't catch him. Nice play design, nice job throwing it out in front of him. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
And the extra point is good. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the 4th quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week. And
the ball's on the ground. Oh, the offensive works. Absolute disaster by falling on that fumble. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Looking to throw for it. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. They're throwing for it on 4th down. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And the pummeling has started. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in week 4. And they tacked on the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
That makes the score. Texas Tech, 42.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Houston offense comes onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Pirouettes away from the defense. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a 1st down at the 38. With the clock running, this should be the final play. He wants to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They make the stop and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical, they were faster, and it showed today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of